welcome to Tales of Honor Podcast, a podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of every recipient of the Medal of Honor. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tales of Honor Podcast, the only podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of every Medal of Honor recipient. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrose, and today's episode is episode number 238 and takes place during the Boxer Rebellion. And quick footnote here, this is another episode that is picking up where another one had left off. That was episode 129. So please listen to episode 129. You can either listen to it prior to this one or after, doesn't really matter. As long as you listen to both of them, that's all that matters. And now, a tale of honor. Daniel was born on the 11th of November, 1873, in Glen Cove, New York, and most of his life and career was covered on this podcast in episode 129, so please go listen to that episode. A link to it will be in the episode's show notes. Since most of his story has been covered, this will be a relatively short episode that covers his actions during the Boxer Rebellion in China. This was an uprising of the Militia United in Righteousness, known as the Boxers to the English, against imperialism from the 2nd of November, 1899, to the 7th of September, 1901. It was Daniel's actions during the Battle of Peking that would earn him his first Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For extraordinary heroism while serving with the Captain Newt Hall's Marine Detachment, 1st Regiment Marines, in action in the presence of the enemy during the Battle of Peking, China, 14 August 1900, Daly distinguished himself by meritorious conduct." While the citation is vague, Daniel had single-handedly defended his position while being repeatedly attacked. He was part of a small detachment of Marines that were tasked with protecting American diplomats and installations in Beijing. They had been driven back and made their last stand with only a rifle and a bayonet. Daniel reportedly was responsible for about 200 casualties before Captain Hall returned in the morning with reinforcements. Daniel Joseph Daly died at the age of 63 on the 27th of April, 1937, and is buried in the Cypress Hills National Cemetery in Brooklyn, New York, Section 5, Grave 70. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor Podcast. Please head on over to talesofhonorpodcast.com for more information, other ways to listen and support the podcast, and please be sure to leave a good rating and a nice review. Again, please be sure to go back and listen to episode 129 to get the rest of Daniel's story. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Christoph Ambrose. Thanks for listening.